Welcome back to the BlindishLatina YouTube channel. This week we are in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I've never been to Michigan before. I'm so excited to be here. First of all, we have to thank the sponsor of this video, Destination Ann Arbor. Destination Ann Arbor invited me to come to Ann Arbor to do a trip and to show you my itinerary, how a deaf-blind traveler enjoys the activities, the sights, and the accessibility that we are finding here in Ann Arbor. I'm speaking to you from our hotel room. We're staying at the Graduate Hotel, which is so cool. The decorations are plush. There's a lot of green, forest green, and they have a theme that you're like a student. Everything's collegiate. So the room keys have a student ID on them with someone's name and a picture. It's really cute. Ann Arbor so far looks to be very walkable, and the sidewalks are well maintained. It's very cute with historic buildings, and we've already seen some theater marquees. We've seen university buildings, lots of red brick, seen the walk signs. So we have intersections with crosswalks so far, letting you know when to cross. On day one of our trip in Ann Arbor, we already started. We went rock climbing at Planet Rock, and this rock climbing we did with harnesses and belays. That's where someone is below, connected on the same rope as you, and they're like managing you and supporting you, because they can actually take all of your weight and give you a break. It's really interesting. I think I learned a lot more today than I have even in the past, even though I've gone rock climbing before.
As you know right now, part of this rope goes up, part of this rope goes down. The down is the end, the up is, goes to the rest of the rock.
We had two people with us that were coaching us, instructing us, and giving us so much information. I have learned a few commands that I can give to help with my process of the wall. Also here, what's different than other places I've gone is that the colors of the hold don't matter at all. So I'm not going to be sitting on this wall trying to figure out where the next red hold is. They have tape below the holds that are going to indicate which I'm looking for. I'm looking for the white tape. So what I learned from my experience rock climbing with my instructor is that I am spending too much time on the wall with my arms like at a 90-degree angle, compressed, he said. And so I'm tiring myself out trying to figure out my next move, where it would be a lot more relaxing, he said, if my arms were fully extended and I'm more hanging while I'm figuring out my next move. So that's what I need to try to achieve. And I also challenged myself to listen to my instructor's advice and not get compressed with my arms. So every time I felt that I was compressed, I tried to go and find a place for my arms to stretch up. And I think it's a nice challenge for a blind person. Obviously, it's not for everyone, but I think that I really enjoy the atmosphere of rock climbing and how supportive everyone is. So after rock climbing, we went axe throwing. So we got a whole big workout today with our arms, and axe throwing is super fun. I've done it only one other time. I felt like it's a release. It gets something out of you. I like the experience of throwing something, hitting something.
So just, block out the target with your fists. This will be position 1. Position 2, you're coming right to the top of your head. Want to be looking through the arms the whole time. Make sure your wrists are kind of bent back in the center. You just don't want to bring it all the way back. You don't want to touch it on your neck or your spine. And then once you're all set up here, last step, position 3, you're taking a big step with your back foot. And then once you feel the foot hit the ground, then that means you're good to go for the throw.
Welcome to Ann Arbor! We are now at Axe Ventura, which is an amazing name for an axe throwing place. Today, I'm going to be competing against my partner. We've already gotten the lesson. Remember that disabled people love to do activities like this when they're accessible for us. Like, we can do sports, we can do games like this. And I heard from so many people when I posted a reel about axe throwing that they're blind or low vision and they also like it and have fun doing it. So I'm so excited to try axe throwing again. We learned some new games that we didn't learn last time. So we did one game where my partner and I traded off throwing for 3 rounds. The second game that we played was really fun. I liked it because it's more continuous. You are just alternating your throws, and you want to get 3 hits in the center, 3 in the middle ring, and then 3 on the outer ring. So you're just playing until one person collects all of them. So I also felt like that's an accessible activity. You're on your own time, you're in your lane, you can focus. And for me, with limited vision, I don't need to see 180 degrees in order to be successful at axe throwing. All I have to do is listen, understand the technique, because that's more like body awareness, letting go at the right time, and just focus on that one point. So I think that really works for me, and I had a lot of fun. Now we are going to go to dinner at a vegetarian restaurant. Yay! And we're probably gonna get dessert there. Looking already at the dessert menu. And then tomorrow and the coming days, we have so many other fun activities to show you. So keep watching. On our second day in Ann Arbor, we started with brunch at Hen Cafe. This restaurant had so much space. It was so big. It also had a wheelchair accessible bathroom. And I got like an avocado toast that was Southwestern style with beans and vegetables on top, salad. And I got tea. And I think I got potatoes, like roasted potatoes on the side. So that was tasty, a nice way to start the day. We're here at the Museum of Art as part of the University of Michigan. I'm so excited because I'm seeing they have a huge focus on art made by people of color. They also have a temporary exhibit with the Spelman College art collection. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. As you know, I love art, especially contemporary and modern art. So I think this museum is gonna have a lot of that. And I can't wait to see if they have anything for accessibility too. Let's check it out. At the museum, they're rolling out an exciting new initiative to support neurodivergent attendees, kids, anyone else who benefits from having like fidget items and toys. So look at all of this. You're gonna get a bag when you come to the museum, and then you can check out these different items. So these are squishy, these are earplugs, which are gonna be great. Sunglasses in different colors. We have these timers. So they have elevators throughout, so you can access every area of the museum with an elevator. There are family and gender inclusive bathrooms on both levels. Another thing the museum does for accessibility is make mobility aids available for your visit. How awesome is that? So right here, we have 2 options that anyone can come and use when you visit the museum. At the front, if the people working there are going to communicate with deaf and hard of hearing visitors, they have the option of using something called boogie boards, or like there's slates. I didn't see them myself, so I don't know exactly if they're digital. I think they are, but basically you're able to then write and talk and communicate back and forth that way. So I thought that was very thoughtful. In the exhibits themselves, they have one exhibit that has QR codes where then you can hear the information auditorily, both in English and then in an indigenous language that is part of the exhibit that they're highlighting. And then the special exhibit that we went to is Silver Linings. This is celebrating the Spelman art collection from Spelman College. That exhibit had an area right near the entrance where you could get the large print guide. So all the labels were in that booklet in a large print font. They had displayed African art. They had an exhibit, and on the labels, they are showing the provenance, like where did this come from, and acknowledging that the art there's been problematic displays of it in the way it's obtained, or the way it's displayed, or the way it's viewed, and so they're critically explaining these things, identifying the issues, and also like what they think about it, or just changing the narrative. So there are some pieces, for example, that they said were viewed within a Western lens, but in the African lens, they have a totally different way of explaining what it means to them. And so I just found that fascinating. I thought they did a really good job of in short descriptions. The Silver Linings exhibit was awesome. It had 40 works from the Spellman Art Collection, which is highlighting art about the Black experience, and especially with the special attention to Black women, either created by Black women or showing Black women. And I just love to support diversity in art. We need it, and we need to amplify the artists that already totally exist and haven't been given the same support and attention as other artists. So the exhibit was really, really cool. One of the pieces that I remember the most was one that was a quilt. It was based on a quilt framework, and the quilt pieces were tie-dyed, but they were treated with tie-dye, and then on top was a scene of people dancing, and there were beads and sequins also incorporated. It was huge. So it just felt like a masterpiece to me, incredible. After that, we went to TeaHaus for the first time, and I just fell in love. That is my happy place. I would love to go there every day if I could, and pull up to like a tea bar, try all of their loose leaf teas. I ordered a South Korean sencha tea, which I've never heard of, never had before. I'm so excited. Let's smell it, let's try it. Oh, nice. It's good. This is opening up a whole new world for me.
Very hot.
This cake is pistachio rose, and it is incredible. That evening, we went to Rappourt Brew Bar. Cheers! This is a local beer. Beer is called Red Rye IPA. It is from a local brewing company, and it's supposed to have grapefruit notes. I totally taste a citrus in here. After Rappourt, we had dinner at a beautiful restaurant called the Dixboro Project, and it's a very nice, like, fine dining look. It looks like a farmhouse kind of feel. The service was incredible. We had adequate lighting there, which I super appreciate, and it wasn't super loud. I would say like medium loud level. Okay, we're here having dinner at the Dixboro Project, and I ordered a vegetarian entree that is it's mushrooms 3 ways. It's supposed to resemble a steak, and it came on top of a tofu puree, but I don't really sit well with tofu, so I asked if there could be a substitution, because I saw grits on the menu, and oh my gosh, they did it for me. I'm so excited. I love mushrooms, and I love grits, so my day just got even better. Yes. Dinner at the Dixboro Project was such an experience. So I've learned that the house that it is in has been a restaurant for over 100 years in different ownership, of course. So the current owners, and it identifies as woman-owned, current owners have paid so much attention to the history and have carefully crafted this new vision for what this house is and the dining that it offers. They also own 6.5 acres of land that the restaurant sits on, which includes a section of a creek. So there's an environmental aspect to it, the stewardship of the land. So I really appreciate that. And after a very nice meal at the Dixboro Project, we went back to the hotel and got ready for the next day, because this trip has been amazing and jam-packed. We are at the farmers market. This is a great place for me because I love local food, because then it's fresher, more likely to have like less pesticides used, more natural. So I can't wait to see what they're selling at the farmers market here in Ann Arbor. Even though I travel full time, it's super fun to look at stuff for the home. And I found this mug, which I really like because the handle is big enough for my whole hand. That's the way I like it. And look at this pattern. It's like a nice kind of variety and it's dimpled. So the texture is fun. It's fun to hold. Today I'm trying a Georgian black sea tea, which I've never had before. I've never had a tea from Georgia, and this is Georgia, the country. So I'm going to smell it and then taste it and give you my thoughts. I don't know what, I can't identify the smell. It's not grassy at all. I'm getting some notes, but I don't know if it's like, it's not earthy or grassy, maybe it's nutty. Love to see historical signs like this. Now we have stuck a quick little visit into TeaHaus again because come on, a tea place like that is like my paradise. I cannot go just one. And now we're off to lunch, so I'm super excited to try the Detroit Street filling station because it's a vegetarian vegan restaurant. I ordered a burrito bowl with tater tots that comes with yum yum sauce. And this is a crispy chicken sandwich that has fried oyster mushroom. This is a cacao tree. We're at the University of Michigan Botanical Gardens, and they have a name that I'm not quite sure how to pronounce, but we'll tag it right here. This is the conservatory, so this is a controlled environment of 3 sections. We started in the tropical house, now we're in the temperate house, and the next one is the desert house. So all the plants are interesting and very different because they're completely aligned to those environments. One thing that we found out when coming in is that it's free to visit. It was also free to visit the Museum of Art that we went to yesterday. And so I asked about that, and it seems like there is an initiative to just provide access to everyone to culture in institutions like this, which is really admirable. I would love to see more of that. You can also get smells and scents in the garden. You can get sometimes sounds of water when there are water features, and I find them to be really relaxing. So I love to do them when I travel and visit Botanical Garden. So it's a great part of our itinerary here in Ann Arbor. Seeing butterflies. Okay, I changed for the evening. Now it's time for ice cream, and we saw that they have a matcha pistachio flavor. So in addition to the matcha pistachio, I got the black sesame, which is very interesting, and it wasn't that sweet. So let's try it. Yeah, that black sesame flavor is amazing. It's so good. So here at Vinology, I ordered the beets and burrata salad to start. It had big chunky pieces of red and golden beets, along with arugula, a balsamic reduction, and of course, burrata. I'm finding it to be so good. The beets are more savory than sweet, which really is surprising, but they have good flavor. And the burrata is salty, which is giving me a nice kick in the mouth, and the arugula is perfect, peppery, that little spice that you like from arugula. So I think this is an amazing, well-balanced appetizer. dinner, I ordered the diverse scallops, and because it came with a pork element, we were able to substitute it for mushrooms, and it's actually delicious. I have 4 scallops arranged on a plate, mushrooms, fingerling potatoes, and like a marinated zucchini, I think. I don't eat fish all the time, but when I want to, I do, and this was a really nice dinner option for me tonight. Let's have another bite. Good morning. It's our last day in Ann Arbor, and we're going to start the day off by visiting Biddy and Beau's. This is a chain that employs people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and I definitely asked, are they paid a living wage? Are they paid fairly? Because we are not supporting any business that does the sub-minimum wage here. And they said, no, we definitely do pay our workers fairly. That's part of our mission, because this all comes from a family that originally wanted to help their children. So there's a story behind this business. So let's check it out. Let's have some tea, maybe a matcha latte, and then after that, we're going to explore Main Street and have some brunch. They have one green tea here, and it is from Stephen Smith Tea Maker, which I think they said is from Portland. It's called Jasmine Silvertip. So I'm steeping it right now. So nice to start the day with tea. Then we went walking on Main Street and then wrapped it up with brunch at Avalon. My brunch meal was like one of the best things, maybe the best, that I ate on this whole trip, because it had everything I love. It was Mexican inspired. It's tacos with mashed potato inside. They were crispy, the tortilla, like kind of like a flauta, ranchera sauce, pickled onions, and I got avocado on top. So delicious. I will be thinking about that meal and wishing that Avalon was wherever I am, because I want to order that again. Main Street is really walkable, and there's so many cute businesses. They look locally owned, very vibrant. So last night when we went to get ice cream and we went to Nightcap and Vinology for dinner, that was all on Main Street. So I got to see it at night. It was very active. People were out living life, enjoying, and there were so many options for dining, shopping. And so today, seeing it in the daytime was great to get another view of it. It's a really nice area to walk around and shop and enjoy. The other thing that I look for, and I love to see it today, is that I saw lots of disabled people out with different mobility aids. If I was playing like mobility aid bingo, I would have won, because I saw a rollator, I saw a blind person, someone using a cane. We also saw a wheelchair user. So I was like, yes, disabled people are out. This is accessible. Now, when you're out and walking around Ann Arbor, I've noticed the sidewalks are also really wide. Most places the sidewalks are wide. There are crosswalks. There are oftentimes lights, telling you, okay, walk now, and then hold the traffic. So that helps me a lot. It makes me feel secure and comfortable to walk around and be independent. So I have found Ann Arbor to be very walkable. The sidewalks are also pretty well maintained. There's only been a few places where we're like, oh, okay, it's not as smooth here. I would say overall, it's been excellent. Now let's talk about the hotel, because we've had a wonderful time at the Graduate. This is my second time staying at the Graduate, but this particular one is like beyond what I experienced before. So stylish, plush. Like right now, I'm sitting on the second floor, and there are floor-to-ceiling windows from the first to the top of the second floor. 2-story windows, bringing in natural light into this space. So the lobby always has beautiful natural light during the day. The Graduate Hotel has accessible rooms, so if you have a disability that requires an accessible room, they have got you. Okay, so here are 2 things about the Graduate Hotel that I absolutely love, that I think are unique and make it feel more like home. So this has an electric kettle. How cute is this with the skinny spout? And here's the base. So I can have tea right in the room whenever I want, and I love tea. It just makes me happy. So I was thrilled thrilled to see this because I've had kettles a few times in other hotel rooms, but not all the time, definitely not all the time, and not this cute and stylish. What people appreciate is that they have included 2 umbrellas here in the room, and these are big. These will be protective. So I thought that was awesome, a nice touch. So in case you get caught in the rain or you don't have to pack your umbrella. And it's also a really big one, which you wouldn't really pack. I don't pack an umbrella like this when I'm flying, so I like that it has a lot of coverage. And if, I think there's like a very stylish stand for them here. There's 4 places, so it's like a metal stylish stand. It just adds to the character of the room. For me, our room had lighting, and that's what I need as a blind person. When it's dark at night, so many hotel rooms are also dark. That made me feel comfortable and I enjoyed being in the room at night. So I was very, very happy with that. The graduate hotel also has complimentary bicycles. So if you want to be eco-friendly and get around Ann Arbor biking, the hotel has got you. I love that. Free bicycles that you can just use. That's amazing. It's also a great location, right downtown, super walkable to all of the fun things that you've seen me do. And now we're about to head out to the airport. So the airport is a 25-minute drive from Ann Arbor, the Detroit airport. So that's super easy, very convenient. And I also appreciate that it is a hub for my favorite airline, Delta Airlines. So I got a nonstop flight coming in, and I got a nonstop flight going out to the place that I need to go next. So in the airport, when we were in it arriving, we noticed it felt very modern. It had lots of like businesses and infrastructure. It seemed like an airport that is being maintained and has been recently, like they've done work on it recently. So I had a really good experience so far at the airport, and that just makes it convenient to come and travel to Ann Arbor. So thank you so much for watching this video. Our sponsors, Destination Ann Arbor, wanted to bring BlindishLatina here, and we're so grateful. I love being able to do partnerships like this and show how I, as a deafblind traveler, enjoy a destination, what I'm doing, how I make these trips accessible for me, and we've had such a good time. So I hope that you'll also get to enjoy Ann Arbor one day if you haven't already. If you want to see more videos on inclusive and accessible travel, subscribe to BlindishLatina and let me know all your questions in the comments, and I will see you next time.